There's two things that stand out for me in the new OpenSUSE Tumbleweed KDE Plasma 6. I'm currently 6.0.3. There's two things that stand out for me as being new and good. The first thing being the Info Center, which is a KDE project. The second thing being the way Tumbleweed updates, which is a OpenSUSE configuration. So first thing we're going to look at is the Info Center. This thing is chock full of information now. Not as usable back in the day. Now it's got so much. Of course, it's the same about the system that I'm always showing, because it used to be kind of the only thing that mattered in the Info Center. But system monitor, and I know this was there before, but it's just very clean. It's nice. CPU usage. This is with OBS running. My CPU without OBS running, it's sitting here at idle just watching the screen, is about 0.1 to 0.5. Very little. KDE is very efficient. And applications, there's your applications, history, and you can look at the history on the memory. I'm sitting at 4.6 right now without OBS running. It's sitting at about 3, right at about 3. And then you have processes. There's your processes, and you can set up a new page to do some configuration on your own. So let's close this out. Go to energy. It's not a laptop, so there's no energy, but on my laptop, this is full of information. It's got display brightness. It's got keyboard brightness. Very full information there. Network interfaces. I don't use it, but this is good. Samba. I have a couple of shares that I really don't use. Storage drives, you can go in here and look at certain ones. You get the information on the right hand side. CPU, look at the information on CPU. This is mind-blowing. And it shows there at the bottom, it shows all your vulnerabilities and if you're affected or if it's mitigated. Very handy, very nice. Firmware security. I have no idea how to process any of this page. I don't know what untainted means. I don't know what kernel is tainted and no longer tainted is. I have no idea. If you know, show me, tell me in the comments. That I could look it up, I'm sure. Ain't nobody got time for that. Interrupts. There it is. No idea. PCI. This is basically the same thing as if you do an LSPCI in terminal, but this is just so much more information, a lot more detail. Very cool. Very cool. Smart status, the smart status of your hard drives, detailed information. Boom. There's you some information. Warning temperature, critical temperature, current temperature. This is just absolutely awesome. USB devices, what you have plugged in. Again, more information than I need, than I'll use, but still cool. OpenCL is not, the tool is not in there. OpenGL, there's your information. This page is long. Holy smokes, this page is long. Again, information I have no way to process in my brain. The OpenGL GLX, there you go. Not near as long, but still more information than I can handle. Vulkan, same thing. Cool. Vulkan is cool. Vulkan is awesome. I appreciate the Vulkan developers. But yeah, Vulkan, Wayland, Window Manager, which in this case is Quinn, of course, and Xserver. The Info Center on KDE 6 is just, it's mind-blowing. It's awesome. All right. The next thing I want to talk about is, well, before I get to the number 2, I'm going to do a little A here. little subcategory A. kde6 is just unbelievably stable for me. I have not had, as far as I can tell, a single application crash, and I'm using a pretty default setup. I don't do a lot of widgets. I don't do a lot of changes, but otherwise, I do Breeze Dark. That's about the only change I make, really. And it's just been absolutely solid stable. Nothing has crashed. Okay, now my thing number 2 is the way the update has changed. This is a OpenSUSE tumbleweed change, and it used to be done by zipper down here with the little up arrow button. And if you didn't have to enter a password for something new to happen, you could just click that button and it would install your updates. No password needed. And I have this little short video clip of me doing it in my, I think it was in my 90-day review, and this is what it looked like. One of the reasons I love the integration is this right here. I have 130 new updates. I'm not going to make you watch all of those, but I am going to make you watch this. No password. No password. Install updates. Refreshing. Okay, and RPMs are slow. They've been slow ever since 1998 when I first tried it. When I went to Debian, Debian's faster. .debs are faster. That was one reason I decided I didn't like RPMs. I don't care now. I'm old and I'm slow. But anyway, you see the installing updates. No password required. Why do you need a password to install updates? Doesn't make sense. Why do you need a password to install a printer? A network in your home printer? Doesn't make sense. Thank you, OpenSUSE, for doing this right. Now you can also go to command line, sudo zipper dup, DUP. Now, to show you what it looks like now, it's a little different. It's the same idea. It's potentially better. Let me put it that way. It is potentially better. The problem with the old updater is if it had to install something, it just failed. Plain and simple. It wouldn't do it. If it had to install a new kernel, had to remove something to replace it with something else, it would just fail. And it wouldn't really even tell you why. You had to go into a terminal and do a zipper dup. And then you could get your updates. But the updater would just fail. They're working, they've got something going now. It's not perfect. But the potential, I think, is awesome. So, what we have going now is this. I'm going to show you 2 updates. The first one is no password needed. Nothing new is happening. The second one is a password is required. And I have to put the password in a couple times, and it kind of fails, and it kind of don't fail. So the potential is there. It's not exactly right yet. I have every hope and confidence that they are going to fix everything about it, and it's going to be awesome. So the first one, no password needed. Everything just works. Now, this, and I'm speeding this up so that you don't have to be subjected to all of this. And now we're going to look at the second example where I do have to put in a password. And you can see right here it fails, and then at another point it fails again. And the reason given for its failure isn't real obvious, and then it asks for a password, and then it continues to upgrade, even though it said it failed. And then when it gets done with the upgrade, as you can see here, now I have more upgrades available. So I hit update. It says it failed, and it's asking for a password. and then it fails. And then I put in the password again, and it finally works. So it's definitely a work in progress. I hope and pray. I'm sure they're not going to leave it like this. I'm pretty sure they're not going to leave it like this. But otherwise, the potential is awesome. I love it. And the Discover update, I think it's a little slower than the zipper update from the panel was, but it's just like I said in that previous clip. I'm old and I'm slow. I don't care. I really don't. I just want it to work. Simpler the better. I want to be able to give it to my mom and tell her to click this button and your system will update. When that button shows up, click that button and your system will update. That's what I want. And, for her, maybe I want the micro OS automatic thing. So I'm not there yet. I see its potential. I'm not there yet. I'm a little iffy on that. But anyway, obviously a really short video. I just wanted to get those couple of things out there that I really like in the new Tumbleweed. Not really new, but I guess with kde6, they had to make some compromises, and they decided to go with Discover as their updater, which I'm fine with. I know some people don't like Discover. It was pretty bad back in the day. If you haven't tried it lately, it's actually a lot better than it used to be. You can also go into Discover manually, and it's actually really good. It's good. It's good now. And you can go straight into fetching updates. If you've got any updates, you can do it here manually. Forgot to mention, when you do the update, when you do the new update, and it does it through Discover, it also updates the flat packs. I don't have very many installed. You do when you do it this way, it does update your flat packs at the same time, so that's cool. Whereas the zipper dup does not. You go into settings, you have your firmware updates, you have flat pack. You can change the flat pack to be the default, which I obviously have not done. I want flats. I want it to come from my vendor, my distro. Yeah. But it's a lot better than it used to be. It's a lot quicker than it used to be. And okay, now I do have a couple of games on here from Flatpak. Now that I think about it, Space Cadet Pinball is one of them. Do you want to see how that works? This is the old Windows 95? Windows XP? I don't remember. Maybe it says here. It just says game that was bundled with Windows, reversed engineered. It's the game. I mean, it really is. It's fun. Okay, I'm gonna show it. Okay, it is the game. Left and right click on the mouse. Spacebar. Yep. Ooh, that's loud. Anyway, that's all I've got. So, as always, until next time, I thank you so much for watching.